Hey everybody, this is Calvin Logan for the Logan Power Show, live here at the Scotts Granite 5060 Dorchester Road in Charleston, South Carolina. Well, I'm having a great day. I know that we're making a difference, making an impact in the community. I got with me a pastor, he's an apostle, of Destiny Church International, Mr. Apostle David Bullock Sr. How you doing, sir?
Doing good today, sir. Doing good. Doing
Great.
good.
I'm glad to have you on the show.
Glad to be here.
Hey, we're having a good time here. Apostle Bullock has been a blessing to the Logan Power Show, just for me and my family personally. I've been to his church in North Charleston, South Carolina. I tell you right now, they are making a difference. He came here from North Carolina, so now he's in South Carolina now, sir.
Right.
We heard his story of what he is doing in the community, what his actual mission of a true church is. Now, I know that you're just getting started. You've been here for about 1 year plus.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you can say now that you've been here a year here in South Carolina? What do you think are some of the needs that the people are needing right now in ministry?
In ministry, well, I see people are tired of the church as usual type of thing that's going on in ministry. So what I'm looking to do, and our new focus that we have and we're bringing to the North Charleston area is we're teaching and preaching more relationship and not religion. Because we've been choked off by religion for years, but people have gotten so to the point of religion that they no longer have a relationship with God the Father. They don't no longer have a relationship with each other, and they don't no longer have a relationship with the church as a whole. So we're breaking away from the religious thing, and we're going into relationship. So we're looking at relationship and not religion.
Definitely. That you want to build a relationship. You know, for me, I can tell from people personal experience. When I pray, I call God Father. I'm just gonna be really honest. I'm not at the God. I know what He is. He got so many names, but I'm caught up in the Father. The Father part is where I'm really engrafted in. And you have to build a relationship. I look at it like this: if you are a parent and you have a child, we don't go by first name basis. It's daddy, mother. That's the situation. You can tell through time how it's really building up. Are you guys really together? For you and for where God is telling you what's going on through the season. Can you tell us what are one of the messages you have going on, the series that you're working on right now?
The series I'm working on right now, and it's been pretty much. It's been very successful as of now. Is dealing with staying focused on what God has called you to be and what God has called you to do.
Sure.
There are different things that come along in your life that get you off focused, whether it's your past or your present situation or just day-to-day life will get you off focus on what God has called you to do. And we allow these little stumbling blocks to come in our path and as soon as we hit them, we stop functioning. And God has not caused us to stop functioning, but to keep moving forward in what He's called us to do. So we have to stop looking at these stumbling blocks and looking at them as stepping stones and getting to the next level. Because if God has called you to do something, He's called you to do it. He's called you to walk this thing all the way out. So for us to keep stopping and losing our focus on what we're supposed to do, and then turning our eyes to other things because other things are coming in our path, coming into our peripheral vision, then we cause ourselves to delay the blessing that's supposed to be coming into our lives. And when you delay the blessing that's coming into your life, you delay the blessing that's coming into the lives of the people that you're supposed to be affecting around you.
Definitely. That is an eye-opener. I mean, you want to stay focused. You don't want to get sidetracked. I think a good example is getting up in the morning.
Yes.
The daily routine, things that you definitely look upon what you're doing. Me personally, I know I gotta stay focused. I have to make sure that I implement for me and how I get up in the morning. I got to give God my time. We give Him time in the car. Me and my kids, we do daily prayers. But I watch myself, man, Cal, are you checking your phone for what's going on the social media side? Is the email important? Who called you? Are you building a relationship with your family, if it's your wife, if it's your kids, or vice versa? Look, who's ever not now. If you're a female, you got a husband, what the relationship is. How time management is so key.
That's right.
And I think that's where we lose a lot of focus there. I mean, you was mentioning that about your time, your management, staying focused, not getting sidetracked.
Right.
If there's one person in particular, I mean, we're having a little fun. We have a little Bible study here.
Okay.
a person that you feel that we need to look at that person's life of not staying focused, who would it be?
Not staying focused. Well, I have to look at Jonah. Jonah had the mindset of he's going to do what he wants to do. God gave him a correct and a clear path in which way he wanted him to walk. And we do this sometimes as believers. We take up and we want to do things our own way. We want to go against the Alpha and the Omega. We want to go against the one who's authored, which means written out and finisher of our faith.
Sure.
So Jonah decided to do what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us, we get in that mentality, like I'm grown mentality. There's nothing that anyone can talk to me and teach me. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when we get into that mindset, then we become unteachable. Once you become unteachable, you become unusable.
Gotcha.
So we have to stay focused and start having a double-minded mentality.
That's definitely, when you go unteachable, you stay unfocused. That's a great. It's like a great a good tweet, right now. For those out there, the Logan Power Show, the information on the screen, how to get in contact with the Possibility and Destiny, New Destiny Church International. I know that it's something new. I think a lot of times, what I figured out, sometimes I go down certain streets and you say, I see a church here, 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 and here. Like, you can go within a 5-mile radius,
right,
and you say you got all these different denominations.
Right.
I got the answer. Now, for a person, let's say they're new to the area, and say there's a person that's in general, I just want to figure out, what God has called me to be, or what I want to be in life. Mm-hmm. What are some things that someone's looking at the screen right now that could try to help them try to find out where they need to be?
Well, what I've done and what I've seen over the years, and I use it as a measuring stick or a measuring tool, is the ministry meeting the needs, your personal needs. Because if it is not, you're just showing up every week like a country club, or something to do, or showing up out of tradition. And the Bible speaks about traditions, and traditions are good and they have their place, but are your spiritual needs being met? And you as an individual, and for your entire family. I know of people right now in this area who attend certain ministries and certain churches, and they're attending them for the wrong reasons. Oh, mom and dad has been there, so it's a generational thing. We're caught up with family. Well, they have a great youth program, so it's something for my kids, and which is great, but I'm not getting anything out of it. Once you stop growing, you become stagnant. And once you become stagnant, you lose your zeal for the word. You lose your ability to want to grow anymore, because you're sitting in an area and kind of find out everyone in that area they're all feeling the same way. So when I say when we want to go out and we want to look for and get connected with a ministry in the area that you're in, you go out and check a few of them out. Get into prayer. Find out where God wants to take you to, because you should be a part of a ministry that's challenging you to live right, not condoning the way you're living. You should be a part of a ministry that's helping you grow to be all that God wants you to be. Because believe it or not, Revelation, you're not all what God wants you to be right now. If you were, you wouldn't be here. You'd be in heaven. Since you're not at that point, find somewhere where it's going to cause you to grow, challenge you. And when you get to that point where you start getting challenged, that's when you start to grow. You start to see differences in your life, the lives of the people around you, the lives of your family.
That's profound. That's what we talk about here at the Logan Power Show. We bring the right kind of people, the leaders here that are making an impact in the community, people that have a person of the God's own heart, and we know that Apostle Bullock, we are here for you. And we thank you so much for coming on the show today. And for those out there, I say you're looking for a church home, hey, it's a great opportunity. I don't get caught up in churches that are set into a situation where it's all about numbers. Is that where you get involved? And another thing is too, what I've learned here, just watching through ministry, if they don't have what you say you're looking for your kids, you may be the trailblazer that actually created something to think about, food for thought. That you come to the church and you've been brought here to be a trailblazer for that church, and you may be the person that, hey, they don't have children's ministry, you be the children's ministry. You be the least. Hey, pastor, apostle, I'm the one that can do it. Definitely, I believe God shows me, and let God talk to you about that situation. You know, don't say I want to do it for accolades or for titles, but definitely go for what God has called you to do.
Because see, titles don't get you into heaven. See, people don't realize that. You can have all the titles you want, you can have all the degrees you want, you can have a wall full of plaques, but that doesn't mean a hill of beans when it comes down to your soul's salvation. So like Calvin here says, you know, you come to the ministry, there's something that's missing. Maybe you're the missing piece that comes in. The Bible talks about how the body comes together, and each piece joined together, everyone has a different part that cause the body to grow and to increase.
Gotcha.
So you have the visionary, which is the head. You've got the seer that keeps things straight. You got the hands and arms. You got the feet, people walking the thing all the way out. So what you get there, and it's not everything that you thought it was going to be. Maybe you're that piece that get that ministry to the next level.
Hey, that's what we talk about here at the Logan Power Show. We're making a difference. For those out there that are watching us, we are, say, worldwide, nationwide.
Amen.
Hey, we got over plus 100,000 plus listeners, listeners across the globe. Hey, for those out there, hey, our television, we're claiming right now we'll be worldwide, nationwide.
Amen.
We're here in South Carolina, over 40 plus cities. For those that love us, we love you. That's all the time I got. I tell you again, Apostle Bullock, great church, Destiny Church International. The information is on the screen, how to get in contact with them. Hey, trust me, it will make a difference. That's all the time I got. My name is Calvin, the Logan Power Show. We love you, we appreciate you, and we will see you on next week.
Amen.